Hey guys, and welcome to book club week 4, I believe. No, week 5 actually. Week 5. We're 5 weeks in, and this week we're going to be talking about The Rithmatist. Now I really liked this book because it was very interesting. It was a very interesting book from when I listened to it. I listened to the audiobook. So, like, the main characters in the book obviously is this guy called Joel, and he is the son of a cleaning lady and a chalk master. The chalk master, unfortunately, was killed. He was killed, I think they said in the book. Because there's two sort of. Obviously, you've read it, so you know that he was Joel was told one way he was killed, but he was actually killed another way. So yeah, it was very dark. It was very dark, but I really liked the way that in the book that Joel actually had no powers, but he was like this really intelligent person who was getting by without that. And they even in one part of the book you thought, oh, he's going to get powers now because he's actually. You know what I mean? They've actually told him, like, sorry, speaking too much. He's actually going to this place to get powers, and then like he sees a chalkling spear. They don't really explain to you what exactly it is, but he sees it and it doesn't accept him, which is really interesting because you'd have thought that. Somebody as intelligent and who could be as powerful as Joel would want him as on their side, basically. It was really interesting. It's called rhythmatic powers, isn't it, as well? And obviously he sort of teams up with the redhead Melody, who is a bit eccentric. And in one part of the book, I thought that she could have been the bad guy in the book because she's always just everywhere where trouble is happening, and I liked the way I really like the way this was written by was it I get his name wrong all the time. Brandon, that's it. I keep calling him I call him Brett sometimes. I don't know why, but his name is Brendon Sanderson. I think that's correctly pronounced. Well, that's how I read it anyway. So I really like the way he writes. Like he paces his writing. I think that I like the way he paces it, like between things, but like his end battles in that, he really he sets a very high pace for it. So he doesn't draw it out. He doesn't make things overly time consuming of it. It's like bam, it's happening, and it's happening in real time, and if within 1 or 2 pages this issue is resolved in or it seems like that in this book. So I really like that style. Because I don't like long drawn out combat, because obviously it's not like that in real life, and it's not silly. I think I would have liked a bit more of the Rithmatist duel right at the end. I think I would like a little bit more of that, but then again, it's not something that it really mattered, because Joel obviously wasn't dueling on his own, and he was dueling with Melody, because obviously he was just tracing his lines, which I thought was a really smart idea, if I'm perfectly honest. But it was I found it really interesting as well that the Professor Flitch, his actual skills in dueling was absolutely incredible against Harding. But at the start of the book, he's shows a transformation in his character that if he himself is in danger, he doesn't really step up to the mark. But if one of the students is, he'll put everything on the line to save them, which is really cool. Which I kind of like. I really like that about that professor. And obviously you've got York, the principal. The principal's an interesting man. Like, you expect him to be different than what he is, but he's a lot different. And of course the overall storyline with Professor Nalazar. That's how it was pronounced in the audiobook. If that's wrong, I'm sorry. But that's how they pronounced it in the audiobook that I listened to. They called him Professor Andrew Nalazar. But I thought that was really cool as well. because he come in and he was a very interesting character. I would have liked to see more of what he could do. Especially with the big reveal at the end. Now that shocked me. Like, throughout the whole book, you think he's a bad guy, or he could be a bad guy. You don't know. Like, you don't know. He's always there when something bad's happening. Didn't expect hiding at all. If I'm perfectly honest, I didn't expect that. But then I wasn't really thinking about it. So like, in these murder mystery things, I never ever think about who the actual real killer is. Like, I always just try to really enjoy the book. I mean, obviously, if there's something obvious and it's staring the person in the face, I'm screaming at myself saying, why is this guy noticing it? Which is really annoying me. But it's interesting with Harding that, like, he was the semi-bad guy. He was like Renfield to Nalasar's Dracula. That's what it was kind of like. And Nalasar obviously at the end had his big reveal, which is really interesting because none of us know, like, we don't know if something's possessing him, or I'm guessing it is, or something's just taking the form of Nalasar. It's really interesting. Like, I really wish there was a second book, but there isn't at the moment, and I think I don't really quite know what's going on with it, because it's been out for years. This book's been out for years, so there is a title for the next book, I believe, but I really want a second one. I really want, like, Joel to get powers and other things to happen. I want so much. Like, this book series could be absolutely epic. I think it could be epic. I really liked it. Flaws of the book, I think. Like, I'm not really good at finding flaws in books, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, there was mention of the. I guess I'm gonna say probably not enough character introductions, if you see what I mean. Because you get your few little main characters, and it is just based in one area as well. You only go to one other area very briefly in the book, so there is no travel in this area, which I don't think that you need traveling in this area. And there's mystery as well left you don't know why it happened, which is really upsetting me, because I want to know why, like, the chalkling thing, projection thing didn't choose Joel or anything like that, and it's kind of crazy, and but overall I really like this book. I wouldn't say it taught me any lessons, but it really goes to show that if you enjoy doing something and you like doing something, you should follow it and do it. Even if somebody says you can't do this, you can't do that, there is always a way to be involved in that particular thing. Let's say, like, you always want to be a footballer or something like that, because that's probably one of the most common things people want to be in the world, or a YouTuber, or let's say a YouTuber, because this is very common for younger people. Like, apparently it's the most top thing people want to be these days. If you want to be a YouTuber, maybe you haven't got a good come across the camera like me. I don't come across the camera very well, I would say. I don't have that sort of bubbly, what would be the word for it? I would say attractive personality, where it draws everybody in, if you see what I mean. So they want to watch more. I would say I have more of a slightly flatter personality. So let's say if you have if you have that sort of personality, but if you're really good at, let's say, editing, you can still be involved in the YouTube world by becoming an editor for a YouTuber, and then you could still obviously do YouTube on the side because you're at your computer anyway. So it's always, like, if it taught me anything, it taught me that, like, it taught me, to take side steps. You can take side steps and do things to help things, and it also I think there's something I thought with Joel as well. He's apparently really, really smart, but he never figured out, like, why his mother like works 2 or 3 jobs and does all this and does all that. And Melody points it out straight away, and he's just like, oh yeah, and he's like, what? But yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah, but yeah, I just read a little thing. Apparently there was supposed to be a second book for this released in 2014, but it wasn't released, and there hasn't been no, it was originally planned, to be released in 2017, but we haven't heard anything about it since 2014, and it's 2019 when that was written. So, we probably won't get a sequel to this, I think, because I think Mr. Sanderson is probably focusing on the is it the Lightbringer series? I think that's the one. No, it's not. That's a different author altogether. It is called the Word of Radiances, but that's not what the series is called. The Storm Archives. That's it. The Storm Archives series. I think he's got a few more other books on the go as well. He's a very good writer. I do enjoy all his books. Now, what one should we read next? Do next week? It's a bit of a dark one. I'm listening to it at the moment. I wasn't quite sure whether to throw it in there because it's quite a long book. But it's called The Blade Itself. It is who's written by? This is written by Joe Abercrombie. Is that right? Anyway, it's Joe, Joe, and then the last name is Abe. You can slow this down and write it out. It's Abercrombei. I'll put the name of the book in the description, or if I don't remember it, if I don't remember it, shout at me and tell me to put it in the description. I will. It's called The Blade Itself. The book is called The First Law. Blade Itself, The First Law. Yeah, I'm about 3/4 of the way through the book. On audiobook, it's 22 hours long, so I'm guessing in word-wise, you're looking at 500 pages. I'm gonna guess. I don't know exactly, but I could actually just look. Why am I even guessing this? Right. It has 676 pages. So I'm kind of. It's kind of an interesting book, so hopefully we can review that next week. If you guys have got anything you want me to review, I will review it. Just tell me in the comment sections down below. I was going to do the other one, the other one, but I wasn't quite sure on it. And the good thing about this one as well is that there is a series of this book, but they're standalone, or that is to my knowledge, they are standalone. So you have The Blade Itself, which is The First Law, and then the next one, if I remember rightly, is a complete standalone book from somewhere else. I think. I don't know. Oh no, sorry. Wait, I don't know. This guy has so many books out. I have no idea. Okay? I have no idea. Okay, this is set after an original novel? What? No, wait. What? Wait. I don't know. I have no idea. But we're going to do this book anyway. I have no idea. A timeline, right. Okay, so it is the third book apparently in the story arc. Yeah, I have no idea. But either way, it's a really cool, big, expanse world, and I really do like it at the moment. Yeah, I have no idea. So yeah, there is a trilogy. Yeah, no, this is the beginning of the trilogy, but there are standalone books that are done before this in this universe, in the timeline. It's insane, and I don't know what it is about. Like, there are tons, okay? Don't worry about them. Read this book, and we'll figure it out later. If we have to go back and read some books, some previous books, way but later, maybe we will. But don't worry about it for the moment. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the review of the Rithmatist. I didn't really know what to say about the Rithmatist, if I was perfectly honest. It's a very interesting book. I'd highly recommend reading it. It's an interesting book. It's not that long, because the audiobook was only 12 hours, roundabouts. Yeah, about 12 hours, 11 hours. So compared to this, so it's probably only 300 pages long. Very, very good book. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and next week we'll be doing The Blade itself, and I hope you have enjoyed. Again, I hope you have enjoyed. Till next time, see you later.